What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Anything Anime podcast. Before we get into anything, we want to wish each and every person watching right now a very Merry Christmas. It's never too early to wish somebody Christmas, even though this is coming out the week before Christmas. It's never too. People start celebrating Christmas on the Thanksgiving day, the day before, after, and during Thanksgiving. So it's never too early to start celebrating Christmas and wishing everybody a happy holidays. But we've been gone for quite some time, 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks, but it's still some time. It's
a little bit, but it ain't that bad though.
Yeah. But before we get into the podcast itself, how have you been feeling? And want to get into how you've been feeling, things anime, non-anime. How is life treating you?
I've been good. Nothing too bad going on. I just been chilling, trying to catch up on anime that we've been, recommended to watch, and anime that we haven't finished, and just reading comments on social media sites and getting cooked. So nothing crazy. You know how it is. Nothing much. How have you been? What you been feeling like?
Same thing. Watching anime, getting cooked in the comments. It's crazy because a lot of the things that we're getting cooked on are for and everybody's entitled to their opinion. We talked about that last podcast. But we've been getting cooked for things that we've been just stating on. We the questions are just presenting themselves, and we're giving our 2 cents. We're not right, of course,
right?
But we're right. We're right to have our own opinion, I guess. So
I guess not. Some people be mean. They called you corny.
Yeah, I was called corny for not watching One Piece. We did this TikTok, right? It was a TikTok on what's an anime you're hesitant to watch.
Yeah,
you want to watch but hesitant to watch. So I said One Piece. 1,000 episodes? Of course, that's
anime.
Crazy. That's almost 3 years worth of anime content.
You know how many people have not watched One Piece because of the length of One Piece? One Piece long as it
long as heck.
Long. So for you to say you hesitant to watch it because it's long, it's not like you said, "Oh, I'm never watching One Piece in my life." No, you just said it's long, so you haven't watched it yet.
Exactly. And the thing is, One Piece, I still have there's a thing about One Piece that piques my interest. It can't just be all these people talking about it and then not having some sort of
redeeming factor.
Yeah, exactly.
Something got to be good about it. So we want to see why. Obviously,
exactly.
we always talk about how we're open to watching new shows, no matter what it is, unless we vaguely say we not watching this, which we haven't said before. But if we say that, then that'd be the green light to be like, "Oh, you guys are being so close-minded." But we just said we haven't got to it yet. It's not that it's not that deep.
There's some anime I feel like that, and it's going to be part of what we're doing with the channel and the content that we create and with everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are going to be animes that maybe we're not going to be as hyped to watch, but you still have to watch it at the end of the day to have knowledge on it.
Exactly.
And I could honestly say that One Piece isn't one of those anime. I feel like there's some sort of excitement going into it, especially there is. One Piece is probably the most popular. I wouldn't say the most popular, but it's up there for being the most popular anime amongst everybody or anime watchers in the world. So it's we're excited to watch it, but I wasn't. And this is me speaking on my experiences with anime and stuff like that. We have different experiences. You've watched anime longer than I have. When I was younger, I didn't even really watch anime like that. If I'm being completely honest, I'm a late anime watcher.
And nothing is wrong with that.
According to the comments,
you're not a real. We're not real anime fans according to
anime watchers.
Yeah, anime watchers.
But growing up, I didn't watch anime like that. I didn't even know what anime was. If I'm being completely honest with you,
a lot of people, this not like anime is here. It started here. What started here for us is cartoons.
Exactly.
So unless you were exposed to it early, which I was. I had a brother and stuff, and it was just on TV. But a lot of people wasn't exposed to it early. So unless you were exposed to it or went out your way to find it, anime wasn't just around and popular. Like certain things, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe Dragon Ball and Naruto was more likely exposed to you. But not to everybody. Everybody don't got the same story, and that's okay. Nobody is more of an anime lover than the other person just because they started watching a certain anime or anime in general before somebody. Y'all, I mean, not y'all, but some people be being very childish about it.
And the thing is, like with anime, it's
Yeah.
like I feel like anime hasn't really gotten popular until recent years. Like, of course, there's
Exactly.
anime watchers across the years, but that's why anime was a thing back then. But as like people don't really showcase, or people didn't really showcase their love for anime, and it wasn't cool to watch anime. But now you see almost everybody talking about the new Jujutsu Kaisen or the new Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer episode, and all this stuff. The popularity on anime has been at an all-time high recently. So it's like I could understand if somebody came to the party late. Like I
Yeah.
mentioned, I was a late anime watch. Like I've seen some anime before. There's
Yeah,
a
you seen
Pokemon
it,
and stuff
but
like
you
that.
probably thought it was a cartoon. Like,
Yeah,
even when I was younger, I thought, like, when I was watching Naruto, I didn't think, oh, this is anime. I thought it was just a cartoon on Cartoon Network. And I can agree with you and say that anime has gotten very popular over the years. And a lot of people that grew up watching anime know this because it's so much of it's like night and day from then and now. Well, yeah, it could depend on who you grew up around, but I know back in my days, I sound old, but back in my days, it wasn't cool to like nerdy stuff. I used to hide that I liked anime because I knew nobody around me knew what I was talking about. Like, if I was to say something, they would probably not know what I was talking about. So and I never like saw anybody, like, it wasn't a cool thing to talk about. And I feel like social media definitely helped anime become more popular.
definitely.
Um,
And then we were
it's
talking
like
about
mainstream now.
yeah, we were talking about RDC in the last podcast. You know, there's people like that pushing the narrative for anime to be cool and stuff like that.
Definitely.
And I definitely feel like some of those influences have gotten me to, you know, watch some, and outside of like friend recommendations and stuff like that, seeing the social media people who are pushing anime out. And that's why we kind of started this platform. We kind of want to, you know, push that narrative out too. You know, it's cool to watch anime. It's cool to cosplay. It's cool to have indulgence in these things. And I kind of want to just push that, you know. And whoever, maybe you come across this podcast and you never watched the anime before in your life, or if you watched anime and you just aren't a heavy anime watcher, we could, you know, spark your interest into, you know, potentially watching more anime. So I don't know why I got called corny for not watching One Piece. I didn't even watch Naruto. Like, I remember watching when Naruto would come on Cartoon Network. I was just not interested. I was watching Chowder and Flapjack and stuff like that. Not Flapjack. Flapjack is a weird show. But like Chowder.
You probably was watching something like, I don't know what you was watching back then.
Ben 10.
Yeah,
Like, I was
something like
watching
that.
those shows. And then Pokemon would come on. I love me some Pokemon, but I didn't know it was an anime. I thought it was just a cartoon.
I did not know for the longest. I didn't know Pokemon was anime. I thought it was a cartoon as well. So when people was like, you know, like when I started seeing Pokemon be listed as one, I was like, Pokemon anime. Like, same with like Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblade. Like, those were things like I thought it was like cartoons or something. I didn't think, you know, it was anime. But now that I'm older, you know, obviously it looked like anime. So, you know, but no, I mean, you got Boondocks look like anime, but that's not anime. But
Same thing with Avatar.
Yeah.
Some people say it's anime, some people don't.
yeah, it's
So
like, come on, y'all, that's not anime, but it's up there. You know, it's nice. Even like I saw one person say Teen Titans, but we getting like crazy on there.
So this kind of ties into what I wanted to do today. I want to start doing like questions of the week, and I was talking to you about this before the podcast. It kind of ties into the question I wanted to ask. So, you know, we're anime watchers. We watched anime when we were younger. Me not so much, but you watched anime when you were younger.
Okay.
I want to ask, what was the first anime that you can remember watching?
This is always a hard question for me because it wasn't one that I just remember. All the time, I always go back to Naruto, Pokemon, and I had to say Inuyasha and Dragon Ball. But from what I remember watching the most, it definitely was Naruto and Inuyasha. I remember Naruto, I grew up watching it. When they was kids, I was kids. So I used to watch it. I have to wait every week for a new episode. But I was tuned in. I was locked in, you know. And Inuyasha was another one for me that I used to watch. Even though it started coming on very late at night, I'm sure we all remember just waking up or staying up to hear the opening or the ending of Inuyasha. I love Inuyasha. those are definitely the first for me. And Pokemon, I remember, and I still always say Misty and Brock were my favorites. I don't know what you would call them, extra characters, side
I just
characters.
say like companions, I guess.
Okay. I remember Misty, Brock, and Dawn. I don't know if Dawn became.
Dawn was like in like the second, third season.
Really? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
So Misty and Brock was the first one?
It was Misty and Brock for a while. Then it was Dawn and I think her brother when they did Dawn's season.
Oh.
So, yeah. It was Misty and Brock for a bit. I think Brock and Dawn... I think Brock came with Ash with... I might be completely wrong on this.
Forgot.
I haven't watched early Pokemon in a long time, so...
That's the only... Because after that, I remember I stopped watching. I didn't even watch Dawn all the way. I remember I used to love Misty and Brock, though. And my brother had a Game Boy, so I used to play the Pokemon game on his Game Boy. So that's what kept me invested with Pokemon. But Naruto, I was really into the story. And that's why that's my favorite anime, if you couldn't tell. People still think it's Jujutsu Kaisen, which is not. But, but yeah, I would definitely say that. But I still have some memories of Dragon Ball. I wasn't too invested in it. It was whatever. And yeah, I'll just say mostly Naruto, Pokemon, and Inuyasha were my favorites. And what started me off to be a little weeb or whatever. What about you?
So
since you were a late bloomer.
Yeah. So it's crazy because like I mentioned, I would see Pokemon and Dragon Ball. I would see those, and I didn't necessarily think those were like anime. I watched a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh too, but I didn't really necessarily think those are anime. I just thought they were cartoons that they're fighting and it would look cool and stuff like that. Which is kind of why I love Pokemon even to this day. I love me some Pokemon. But my first anime that I can remember isn't a traditional one. A lot of people might not know about this or about this anime. It's actually kind of a crazy anime for a kid to be watching. But there's a show called, and my cousin, my older cousin showed me this. He kind of is the person that sparked me into watching some bit of anime.
Shout out to you, cousin.
There was this show called Nerma Daikon Brothers. Now that show is a very crazy show. I would not suggest that for kids. I'm not gonna lie.
Why not?
We not gonna get into that.
Nah.
But there's a show called Nerma Daikon. Okay, I'll go into it a little bit.
What was happening in the show where you can't discuss it?
There was some crazy things that were happening. It was funny to me. I used to love the show. It was like a musical kind of show. They had these three characters. They would sing all these songs and stuff like that.
So where's the bad part in this?
You trying to get me canceled? I'm not telling you what. If you want to figure it out and find out yourself, go for it. Search up. It's called Nerma Daikon Brothers. You put like a little picture or somewhere for you guys to see it. But yeah, that show should not have been a show I've been watching as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. There's some crazy stuff in there. But that was one of the first I can remember. Just like,
is it hentai?
No.
Okay. I'll let you have your moment. I'm sorry.
Like that was crazy. Why would my cousin show me hentai?
I don't know.
You just she talking with no purpose.
Stop.
But instead of yapping, we're not gonna use yapping on this podcast. Whatever. Whenever somebody just yapping, we gonna say you talking with no purpose.
I'm not yapping. That was a genuine question.
Nah, that's my cousin showed me hentai.
I don't know.
That's insane.
You I've heard some stories about some families.
No.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You trying to get me?
Cousin, if you ever see this, no offense. I'm just wondering.
That's crazy. You why was that even on your mind?
Because you said it's too spicy for.
I didn't even say spicy. I just said it was crazy.
In what way though?
I just said I wasn't gonna get into the specifics of it.
Cause now you don't want to say what it is.
You trying to make me look crazy?
You look crazy.
What?
You look nuts.
Okay, talking with no purpose. But yeah.
That, yuck.
That was the first one I can really remember. And then as I got older, started watching, My Hero and stuff like that. Even though My Hero gets a crazy flack, people you either love My Hero or you do not like the show. I feel like there's no in between. I feel like people say they either like it or they don't. They like it or don't like it.
That's cap. I'm in between on it.
The way you be talking about it, just be like you don't like the show.
Nah, this is off track, but My Hero is a healthy mid. It's not really good, and it's not the worst either. Cause I've seen some bad anime. It's not the worst, but it's not. Oh my god, this is the best anime, best new anime out. No, and I'm being serious about it. It's some cool characters on there, but the story be having me slumped like Patrick meme. I don't know.
I'm letting it cook. I'm enjoying it for what it is.
We on 7 seasons. How long you gonna let it cook for?
What do you mean?
How long is it gonna cook?
Okay, Naruto has how many seasons?
Look.
You had to give Naruto a chance for the story to complete, for it to be an overall finished story, right?
Don't turn me up.
How am I turning you up? That's a valid question.
Because Naruto is good.
So Naruto was just good off rip.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much.
So the story, it didn't have the build up to be a complete story.
Some characters had the build up, but Naruto was always solid. It wasn't.
Wow.
It was never bad. And I'm not even being biased because I said Naruto my favorite.
So
anime.
you feel like that with all new anime then?
No.
So you had to give My Hero's still going, so you had to give it time to build up.
I've been giving it time, so that's how I know it's a healthy.
So
mid.
you gonna say the tournament arc, the UA tournament arc wasn't
cool.
clean?
That was cool.
Okay, you had that. You had Stain, Overhaul. That's all.
Overhaul got
I don't care what happened to Overhaul.
Overhaul got H-worded.
I don't care what happened to Overhaul. He was still a clean antagonist. We gonna talk about My Hero a little bit more.
Bleep me out. He got hold.
We don't got to bleep hold out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I could spam hold on here. He got hold.
We don't. Of course, and I feel like a lot of people don't like My Hero because it's Mickey. You know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
But that's the name of the show, My Hero. When you name My Villain Academia, it's not, the villains are not gonna win all the time. The same thing with Naruto. You knew Naruto wasn't gonna lose in the end.
You know how many characters got hold for real in Naruto and it stayed hold?
Okay, and we just started seeing characters get hold in My Hero.
Like who?
Literally, spoiler warning if you haven't caught up on My Hero. Aizawa got hold.
That
he didn't.
I almost said something. He's still alive.
He still got hold. He can't use his. He lost a leg, and his vision is cooked.
They might find a way to fix him.
Oh, brother.
Just like what's the little All Might guy? I
Mirio,
thought he was
okay.
He back to new.
Okay, he's not back to new.
he brand new.
Okay.
Ripped out the plastic.
all the heroes that died from Shigaraki.
Who?
What was that? What was that dude? His name was like X something.
You useless. He don't count.
Excellent. Was it Excellent or something?
Excellent or something goofy.
Okay,
who
he
knows
died.
him?
He died.
Who cares?
Okay,
that's like killing
Midnight.
Who is that?
Didn't she die?
I don't know.
The one that
Lady Midnight.
Yeah.
I don't know, but who cares about her?
Okay, but there's still so many people that got hold.
You
saw how much damage Shigaraki did?
The saddest person that got hold that I'm sad about was what was the one that Toga and them liked? The villain.
Twice?
Yeah, that was sad.
Okay, but that's you felt sentimental value behind Twice.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I feel bad for
Twice. But then even still, okay, we're getting a new season. Like I said, we're going to talk about My Hero and a lot of other things. We still haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes.
And then they
podcast.
tried to make Midoriya more layered this season just to Mickey him out in the end.
How is he Mickey in the end? What do you mean? Because okay,
they beat him into submission.
They didn't beat him into submission. They didn't beat him into submission.
They beat him
no, they did not. They did not beat him into submission.
They beat him into friendship.
They taught him. He went rogue. Okay. Well, then Naruto. He taught no jutsu. What are you talking about? Naruto not Mickey?
Naruto have Mickey moments, but the whole anime not Mickey. No.
Okay, the whole My Hero isn't Mickey either.
My Hero is more Mickey than Naruto.
Of course, My Hero Academia. We know the heroes are gonna win, so you shouldn't have that. That's like if you go into. That's like if you go into Dragon Ball and not expecting Goku to win in his fights.
Sometimes he dies.
He dies, but what'd he do? Come back and win? What are we talking about?
He don't come back immediately. He be there for a little bit.
Oh, brother. Okay, and he still come back.
That's Mickey.
Yes, so there's Mickey moments in all
I
anime.
never said not true. Attack on Titan.
There was a Mickey moment in Attack on Titan.
What?
Aaron dying and then everything that happened with Aaron wasn't Mickey?
Nah, cause he ain't undo nothing. Everybody stayed dead. Everybody stayed dead.
The way Aaron died wasn't Mickey.
Well, how was that Mickey if Mikasa
Do you see the circumstances that happened? It's him taking out the rumbling.
So you're saying they shouldn't have been able to kill Eren?
If we being realistic, that no.
Maybe.
No.
But the power of love.
That's not Mickey.
Okay, a anime that's not Mickey, Death Note. Oh no, Death Note Mickey, because they had spoiler alert, they had what's the name, Near Kill Light.
Okay, there's Mickey moments in all anime.
I do not agree with that.
How?
I know it's an anime that's not Mickey. I just can't think of it.
Okay, there's gonna be an anime out there where the protagonist doesn't win or the protagonist gets.
It ain't even about that. It's about it not being a Mickey moment.
But when we think about the main shonen, the main top tier shonen, there's Mickey moments. Naruto, Dragon Ball.
How is Hunter x Hunter Mickey?
Oh, Muriel got Mickey'd. Miriam, he got Mickey'd.
Okay, he got Mickey because they had him playing chess with the blind girl.
Okay, but he got Mickey'd.
That was Mickey.
He was strong as heck. If Netero, if he did not blow up, Miriam would have been alive.
Alert. Yeah,
So he got
was Mickey.
He got Mickey.
Now Yu Yu Hakusho was Mickey because all of a sudden, oh, Yusuke have
yes,
demon.
That was Mickey. But there's
Mickey.
Mickey moments in all the main shonen. But to go into it and expect these things, you got to expect these things when it comes to, unless it's just a crazy revolutionary anime where the protagonist just dies all the time and just loses. One Punch Man, you expect Saitama to win his battles. It's just expected.
Lame,
so if you go into, it's lame, of course, but if you take away that mindset of, okay, the main heroes are gonna win, you could enjoy a show like My Hero because there are good characters, there's good stories. There's so many things in My Hero outside of, okay, you know, the heroes are gonna win. It's My Hero Academia. That's to be expected.
Okay, I see what you're saying about the Mickey stuff and how they all have it. Okay, I'll give you that one, but it's still nothing that just makes me be like, oh, My Hero Academia. It just don't strike me like the other ones did.
So you didn't rock with Steen. You didn't rock with.
I like Steen.
You're not messing with Shigaraki and turning up. His backstory. You're not messing with.
I like Shigaraki.
Dobby and that plot twist. Like we saw.
Dobby look good.
Okay, see how you boil it down to that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He do. That's why he on the wall up there over Lelouch.
Okay, they could barely see that little Dobby.
You can see him enough. I can see him.
But enough My Hero.
Yeah. I mean, you convinced me. You know, they do have Mickey moments. They do have Mickey moments.
But enough of My Hero. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Yes.
Unless you want to do your hot take, you want to get yourself out the way, get your,
I need time to build up. I need time to build up.
I bet. So we have a few things we need to talk about. Jump Festa. Actually, let's put that to the side a little bit. That's like the meat and potatoes. If you clicked on this video, you probably seen that Jump Festa was on the title.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
We like we said, we were gone for like 3 weeks, so there have been a few Jujutsu Kaisen episodes that have been passing by. Just a little quick rundown. I know you might be tired of hearing Jujutsu Kaisen. There's only 2 episodes left. You might as well knock it out. And we want to talk about some anime that we started while we were
and or finished.
Yeah, we did.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah,
even though somebody fell asleep during one of them.
Oh, brother.
We gonna get to that in a second.
Okay. So with Jujutsu Kaisen, last few episodes, it has been pretty crazy. Mahito, that dude is ridiculous. I've never seen such a
he's so slimy.
He's like one of the more annoying antagonists I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He done knocked out 2 people already. His fight with Itadori has elongated for almost the ending of the season.
Yeah.
Like this man. But I feel like that's what makes a good villain.
I agree.
He's solid. I cannot be mad. Then you got Toto coming into the mix. I'm not gonna lie, Toto and Itadori, they just jump people for no reason. And we talked about this a little bit, and maybe we might get cooked for this, but when has Itadori actually beat someone 1v1?
I don't think we ever got to this on camera. Before the recent episode came out, okay? Before y'all get to disliking and, oh, but you guys didn't watch the recent episode and typing and smacking y'all keyboards. At first, before we watched the last episode, we were wondering, because, you know, it always ends on a cliffhanger. When is Itadori going to win his own fights? It always seemed like somebody has to help him, whether it's Gojo, Nanami, RIP to him, Nobara, Megumi, Toto, yeah. Like it feel like everybody, even Sukuna.
Yeah,
like
literally.
He
Sukuna.
always need help, and he can. Like we was saying, like, damn, is he one of the only protagonists that can't win his own fights?
Now we're not saying that Itadori is weak in any way. Right. Itadori is strong.
We know he can box.
Yes.
We've seen him box.
we seen him box.
But can he complete the kill? Like, can he confirm it? Like Call of Duty, can he confirm his wins? Mm-hmm. And that's what we were wondering about when we were like a week or two behind. We was like, damn, he do not be winning his fights. Like, finish him off. Mm-hmm. So
he did have that fight with Choso,
but then Sukuna step in.
I don't think he stepped. Well, he stepped in after, because that's when Jogo found him in like the little subway area.
Yeah, then wasn't Choso about to kill him?
Choso was boxing.
He was boxing. I like him.
He was fighting crazy.
Yeah,
but
he had something to prove. He saw, as soon as he saw him, he activated his power. I love that.
He got to get back for his brothers.
It was on sight.
I respect it. I respect it. He got to get back for his brothers.
He got black force. You know what? We ain't gonna get into that, but he a black person.
What? What? Like, you have me and then you lost me. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, black person? What are we talking about? What?
He don't got black energy.
He could have black force energy, but he don't gotta be a black person. What are we talking about?
You don't think he would be black?
No. What?
Wasn't his brother? Nah, I'm tweaking. No, Nekomaru was black.
No.
All right, let me stop before we get cooked.
Yeah, you gonna get cooked. But
yeah, I like his energy.
Okay. But yeah, Itadori, again, he's strong, but even in the last few episodes, he has had to help. You know, he's
still.
And then, you know, him being traumatized with the deaths of Nobara and Nanami, you know, he was kind of stuck in that. He could have died until Toto showed up. He could have got cooked.
Literally. And then even in the last stretch, I think Toto, even though his arm or something is messed up, so he can't clap no more or something, he's still on his. Don't get to spoiling this manga, readers, and we not trying to spoil nobody ourselves. Spoiler alert, but I don't know if he go die because he is very injured. But even on his, I guess, passing out breaths, I don't know if it's dying, but even when he was about to pass out, he still did what he could to help Yuji to the very end. So,
but they do have that healer guy.
Oh yeah,
which kind of created an interesting dynamic. Like when we only watch anime. We have not watched manga or anything read the manga or anything for any of these anime that we talk about.
Yes.
And we might actually start reading manga pretty soon. It's almost the new year, and we kind of want to start doing certain things in terms of.
I got a little bit back there.
You have been reading some manga,
but it's on. Well, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
But with the healer guy, I don't know his name.
I don't know what his name is.
The best with names.
He pretty though. I don't know his name.
But the healer guy, when he said that Nobara she's more than likely dead, but he did use his healing on her. I wonder if that's going to be the catalyst for her to come back into the series, and I think that would be pretty interesting. Her face clearly exploded, so I don't know how she would come back if there's any.
She was in the afterlife.
So she was in the afterlife. So like, if there's any chance, and that would be kind of crazy. But
I honestly think they might do that, and that might be their Mickey moment, because why would they say it if, like, he literally said she's in bad. I don't know what he said word for word. Don't quote me, but he was basically saying, yeah, she pretty banged up, but
she's pretty much dead.
Yeah, but it's not the end. We could do something. So I don't know if they go try to bring her back. That would be, in my opinion, I don't think she should have died. But after they did, they might as well keep her dead, because like, she go come back. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
she pretty clean with it, but like
She clean,
I
but
feel
I
like
don't
her
see the
death.
point.
I feel like her death was good in. I feel like it was a vital key as to each Dory and how he'll develop moving forward.
Yeah.
But like you said, I feel like it kind of works with her being better off dead than alive.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like she a cool character and she was strong and whatnot, but I don't know what they would do for with her moving on. I don't know. I don't know. And I still wonder, like, where is Megami and Maki? Where are
well,
they at?
Maki, I'm not too sure. Maki, last time we saw her, she was burnt up.
She was,
She was
yeah,
cooked.
she was
So
cooked with Nanami and
so last time we saw her, we don't know what's going on.
I don't know where
Megami,
she at.
last time we saw him, he summoned. I forgot the name of the demon,
Yeah, I don't know
but
the name of that.
he summoned the demon and he pretty much passed out. So they probably are like getting healed and their
I
wounds
hope
are
so.
being healed and stuff like that.
I was just about to say I don't want so and so to die, but every time I say something about a character that I like, they end up dying. So I ain't gonna say nothing about them.
Every time you like a character,
They end
every
up,
time,
every time.
it's crazy how like it's you have a 100% kill rate when it comes to that.
Don't
which is
say
crazy.
that. That is
It's
bad.
true though.
Remember I was saying spoiler alert for Attack on Titan. I used to say I love Armin, and he died even though he came back to life. Like it's just so many people. Nanami, I was like Nanami, the only person I really like on the show, and he died. I don't know. It's
That's
like
crazy.
it's cursed. Ever since I watched Death Note, spoiler alert. Ever since I watched Death Note, it was like, oh, I like light. Everybody started dying since then.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That was the start of the bad luck that I have.
So we caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, another show that we started, which is very, very interesting. We started watching Hell's Paradise.
Yes, it's not really interesting. It's actually not good. He
You
tried,
cooked.
don't sugarcoat it.
I'm not okay. It didn't particularly catch my interest. I'm not going to say it's bad because it is getting another season, but it was very interesting on how a lot of things were approached.
Like what?
In terms of them going to the island and
Oh yeah, it kind of happened. Sorry to cut you off, but it kind of happened out of nowhere. Like 1 minute it was
it
here,
is
then
moving very
boom,
fast.
island.
I will agree with that. I feel like the pacing is very fast. It feels a lot like, and I know that Mappa, in the manga has nothing to do with the pacing of the show. And
Yeah.
well, maybe the studio has a hand in the pacing and what actually is put into the show. The pacing has been very fast. It kind of reminds me of Chainsaw Man pacing. I feel like Chainsaw Man was very, very fast. It felt very fast to me, at least.
Chainsaw Man was quick. Like at first we had a story about Denji, then he just started working with the rest of the Aki and them. Then everybody just started getting knocked off out of nowhere. So it's a lot going on with that. So I feel like and that's why I was saying I don't know if they thought they weren't getting another season or something.
Chainsaw Man?
No, not Chainsaw Man.
Hell's Paradise.
Hell's, because it's just everything happening so fast.
It is. I feel like I was telling you this when we were watching. I just feel like everything's going fast. Yabimaru is a very interesting protagonist. His dynamic in not wanting to die, even though in the beginning we saw that he did want to, and him not being able to or not wanting to, is very interesting. I can see how that could be played around with, but I don't know. It just doesn't gravitate towards me that much. I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say that it's trash or bad right now, but maybe it's just not. It just isn't there for me right now.
No, honestly, I just think it's a little boring. The main character is cool, but I feel like he's very Mickey-fied. I don't know. I just feel like it's always the luck is always on his side, like typical protagonist, I guess. But it's no real layers to him. If anything, I like the other characters more, like the brothers and the the little girl and the teacher and whatnot. I like their dynamic better than the main person or the main protagonist. I don't really care for him much. I'm not gonna lie. And the fights, the fights and the scenes with the monsters do not be having me on edge. Like they're not even scary. They just be moving like 2 miles per hour or something. Like they be moving slow. They supposed to be like titans, I feel like, but they don't have no.
Well, you
scary
still
effect.
do have like the group that had like all those the pink haired character, and then the one that could transform from men and women.
So you got a fake Phantom Troop. We don't even know about them yet. They be on some weird stuff. Like it's a lot that's just weird and goofy about that anime. Like they have to have relations to get stronger. It's just a lot of crazy stuff that be happening, and I just feel like they don't know what they're doing with the anime. Maybe season 2 would be more polished and established. Hopefully the writers, have a better plot, but right now it ain't sticking for me.
It's interesting. They did confirm a season 2. We'll get into. Well, we can just talk about it right now. They did confirm a season 2 at Jump Festa. I'm not too sure if they announced when it's coming out, but they did announce it. So I'm interested to see how they pick up. I hear a lot of people do like the anime, so I'm just interested to see how it picks up from where it left off. But just talking about Jump Festa, I think it's finally time to get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast.
Definitely.
Jump Festa 2024 happened. Was it last weekend or it was the last weekend? Yes.
Yeah.
So was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Dang,
I think.
this week going by fast.
Very fast. This is actually we're recording this on Wednesday, so it happened last weekend. There was a lot of announcements, a lot of things that piqued our interest. We wrote down some of the stuff that piqued our interest the most. So I'm pretty sure there's other stuff like there's like the baseball anime that Mappa is doing.
Yes, I'm excited for that personally.
I'm actually looking. I've never seen a baseball anime before. If it's like Blue Lock is it has a different interesting take on soccer. So if they could make baseball I don't like baseball. Baseball is very boring to me. So if they could turn that anime and make it into something very interesting, then I could see it being something that we enjoy.
I have watched the baseball anime, but it was called like 1 Ounce, I believe. It was like a darker tone anime for some reason, but I never finished it. Some people may actually know what that is. I'm not big on sports anime. That's just one of the ones that I watched before. And I wonder, like, is it gonna be more of a serious tone anime or just more lighthearted, cute, like Free? I was about to say Swim. Like Free or something like that. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what they would do with it, and I wonder if they gonna be using CGI and stuff on their stuff. They love
Imagine
CGI.
Baseball, you got a home run and then the CGI ball just flying.
CGI crowd. They probably gonna do that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that one. What other ones you excited for?
So I think we should just get into just some of the things that we wrote down that are interesting to us.
Okay.
First thing we have is Jujutsu Kaisen. We just finished talking about the anime, but the manga might be coming to an end. More than likely, I feel like the creator alluded to it being more than likely ending next year, which is kind of crazy because like Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm not sure when the manga started, but I feel like a lot of anime or a lot of manga, I'll say, have been ending very or relatively quickly. Like My Hero, I'm pretty sure is ending pretty soon.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, if already finished from what I believed.
Really?
Manga, yeah, which is crazy.
I know Chainsaw. I don't think Chainsaw Man that long either.
So a lot of these newer anime that are very popular, it seems like they're manga, and we could be very wrong. We don't read manga, but
I think
it seems
Black
like
Clover about to be over too.
Yeah, the mangas to these shows are very, very short.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that creates shorter anime as well.
Yeah.
Like I actually saw this post. I'm not sure who posted it, but I saw this post. It was like the newer anime are getting or are shorter than like the other anime that were from the past, like the Dragon Balls, Naruto, and stuff like that. One Piece, like those manga, they stretched out, and I can see how why those series are more long lasting than these newer ones. So I'm very interested to see how Jujutsu Kaisen will end because this story, I feel like it could go in so many directions.
I feel like it can too, but I feel like I don't know. I have a feeling they just go because he already kill Happy. I don't know his name. People always say his name. It started with a G. The writer,
just like Gigi or I'm not gonna try to butcher his name.
Yeah,
let us know if you know how to say his name. Let us know down in the comments.
Please, grammar police, since y'all said Kurapika name is not Kurapika, it's Karapika. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but he said, or not said, but he's very kill happy. He always killing his characters off. So I really hope he don't just end it off killing like everybody. Even though it's barely anybody left, really. I mean, you have the whole other class, but
hey, don't forget my boy. I heard that he was in Africa eating fufu. Yuta, you can't.
You know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was gonna say when you was talking about Toto, where did him and the pretty guy come from? Where was they at that whole time that Shibuya is getting blown up?
Well, you remember when and if you haven't seen the episodes, we're sorry, but we just have to talk about it. It's a part of the conversation.
Yes.
Remember Mekamaru? He was telling all of his classmates he sent them somewhere else, and he sent them away from Shibuya because he knew what was going to happen. So I don't know where they went exactly, but Toto is in that in that group, so he probably was with them. And
they went to Cancun with LeBron.
Cancun is crazy. Cancun?
I called him Nekamaru earlier. They go get on me. Nekamaru. You can't say anything right. Yeah, they went to Cancun.
Cancun is crazy. But yeah.
Yeah. Yuta, he eating fufu in
Africa. I gotta see how that plans out. I didn't it's crazy because I didn't even know what they were talking about. That Yuta eating fufu. What are we talking about? But apparently he in Africa, so I want to see what he was doing in Africa.
He be doing them African dances that
the little TikTok African dances.
If he is in Africa, if they are not joking and he really in Africa, I want to know why. Like, how you get from Shibuya to Africa, and is he exchange student? What is he doing?
I don't know. He living it up, eating fufu, and,
eating oxtails and whatever else they eat.
I don't need to eat oxtail. That's Jamaica.
Oh.
They gonna get you.
Put that out. No. Oh, no.
Well, they could eat. I don't know. Okay. We go move.
Please
forward.
edit that out.
You gonna get cut. So
edit that out.
We go see.
You're not gonna edit that out.
I'm definitely not editing that out.
Why?
Because you sound great. Why'd you just say that?
Because it was funny, right? That was not funny. Oh my god! Edit that out.
You be serious?
I don't know.
What? What?
Okay, next subject. But yeah, I don't know why he eating fufu in Africa. That's silly.
Terrible.
I hope that would be cool to see him come back though.
Yuta was clean in the movie when he was fighting Geisha.
Yeah,
so I'll be interested to see his dynamic because he is pretty strong. He's pretty strong.
I'm trying to see him, man. If we can ever get to the point, I'm tired of seeing. Ooh, I like Yuji.
You just like getting cut up.
I like Yuji, but I'm tired. I want to see somebody new.
You love getting cut up.
Oh man.
But moving along, we have My Hero. We were talking about My Hero a little bit before. My Hero, new season 7 is coming out in April, and there's also a movie being planned in the works. I'm not sure what the movie is going to be about. Maybe it follows up on the season, but I have no idea. I know a lot of My Hero movies that they've done so far. A lot of them have been I don't know if they're necessarily canon, but they kind of they're still tying to the story. I've seen 2 of the movies. They were pretty good. So, it's My Hero. A lot of people like My Hero. So the movie's going to do pretty good. The new season, seeing where they left off with the new season, everybody recuperating from Shigaraki's attacks and Shigaraki and the Dabi reveal and all that. Deku, like you said, he got Mickey'd into submission and
beat into submission.
He's back to being unrogue-like, but it's still more of a serious tone going into the seasons moving forward. He definitely has some
development.
It's interesting because they showed this All Might woman. I don't know who that is. Apparently she's clean. I'm really looking forward to seeing how she fares. She looks like she comes from America, so maybe that's their version of Captain America. I don't know, but they gonna need all the help they can get. If Shigaraki still, and then you have all the villains that broke out of the prison. You have all that.
You got the heroes that's discouraged. Some of them were retired. Yeah.
So you gonna need all the help you can get.
Cause I was gonna say, like, I really don't know what's gonna happen this season. Honestly, I still don't know. But you saying that gave me, I guess, a better idea, because you do have the villains. They need to control them, cause it's so many of them just out of control. And then you have One for All, I believe.
All for One.
All for One.
Yeah.
That's the evil one.
Yeah, All for One.
Well,
because One for All, think about it. I always think about it like this: One for All, you being you're sharing with everybody. All for One, you being like it's only for one person.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's just an anti version of that.
Oh, okay, I get it mixed up. But yeah, you have him, controlling people and giving them powers and stuff. So, I'm really curious to see how the kids are going to work together now. They seem like they got better chemistry, but the All Might woman, I need to watch the trailer. I seen a picture of her, but I was like, what? Yeah. What? I'm curious to see what she's about. She look cool. And I want All Might to get better, but he might be cooked.
All Might cooked. Yeah.
When is he going? My Hero fans
talking about it like you bringing it up for no reason.
When did he go kill over? Because he's been alive for longer than what he needed to be. I'm not gonna lie.
At this point, I feel like
we might as well keep him alive.
Yeah, there's no. I feel like there's no, unless you're trying to have Midoriya turn up. That's the only reason I could see that being the case.
It is kind of too late though. I feel like they.
I feel like if they wanted to kill All Might for, that impact,
that rage moment,
they would have done it earlier. But All Might just there. He's not really. I don't really see any need for him to die or. Yeah. If he dies, he dies. If he doesn't, and I don't really see that as a problem either.
I agree. Like, at this point, he might as well not die, because it's like his character dead already. He don't do nothing.
He's not the number one hero no more. He doesn't have his powers either.
I'm curious to see. Well, they kind of fixed their family up. I was gonna say I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with what's the dad?
The Todorokis?
Yeah, the Todoroki.
Well, not necessarily. They're banding together because they want to stop Endeavor.
Yeah.
Which is still another storyline that we are going to see more of. Yeah. Maybe we get, Todoroki versus Dabi. Did I say Endeavor or did I say
You said Endeavor, yeah.
I said it wrong, right?
No, that's his name, ain't it?
No, because I said, didn't I just say they're going to have a fight with Endeavor, but they're going to have a fight with Dabi? Is that what I said? I feel like I said that wrong.
I think you said it right. You said they banded with Endeavor or something.
Oh yeah. So they got their.
I forgot his name.
Yeah. They're cool with him.
Right.
Like they're not forgiving him for what he did.
But
they're putting it to the side
because he
fight Dabi. Yeah.
He down and out, but the wife had to step in and talk.
And it's like you get handle our son.
She turned to Beyonce like you gotta get it together.
Okay, put him in check.
Yeah.
So we still got that potential fight.
Okay.
Todoroki versus Dabi. That should be a very interesting fight, and just having that storyline. When we first started watching My Hero, it was kind of predictable for Dabi, to be a part of that family.
Yeah,
fire.
Very predictable.
But it's still interesting. I still want to see how that storyline ties up because I feel like it's an interesting dynamic.
I do too, and I wonder is this gonna be Endeavor's redemption arc? Now Vegeta had one, and this ain't got nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But I'm just going off of that's the first person I think of when I think of redemption. I think of Vegeta. So I wonder is he gonna have a Vegeta moment where he makes everything right, and then he just turns into a complete good guy, like nothing is hidden no more. He actually care and cherish his family. He actually repent basically for all the things he did, and maybe even retire as a hero because he feel like he don't deserve that role.
He is already a hero, but remember
obviously
when Dabi, he put out all their information out there, so he did not look good in the public eye. So maybe he looks better in the public eye for taking Dabi out or having some hand, and maybe he has a sacrifice or something, and that's his. It's kind of like when we talked about with Reiner, he did what he did, and him having his redemption. What Reiner did wasn't a good thing.
Not at all.
But he did redeem himself by having saved the world. So maybe Endeavor has that kind of moment where, you know, he isn't a good person per se, but he does have that moment where he sacrifices himself for his family.
I could see that.
So
Yeah, because a lot of people they not rock like in real life people do not like Endeavor. Like he can do anything, and just because he did what he did, they don't care for his character. So if they do decide to kill him off, I don't feel like people would be hurt about it.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
I wouldn't even care myself, and I'm not gonna lie, but that's like a lot of characters. But we not gonna get into that.
Yikes. There's another thing involving My Hero, and then we're going to stop with the My Hero talk after that. But My Hero is also, I saw this somewhere, there's going to be a live action My Hero. And there's a lot of, I saw a meme where somebody said they don't need to make this movie, they have Sky High. I don't know if y'all know what Sky High is, but it's a Disney Channel movie. Sky High is basically My Hero. Strong father figure kind of guy. Weak child like character who gets very strong, different quirks and all that. Sky is basically My Hero if you really look at it, outside of maybe a few quirks and stuff like that. But I enjoyed Sky High though, so if you put Sky High with My Hero, that might just be an enjoyable movie for me.
I don't know. I just think it's gonna look goofy with certain characters and they powers.
Definitely.
Like the sugar guy, Manetta go look goofy. The pink girl go look goofy. Like it's a lot of people that's gonna look crazy. But even the tape guy go look nasty. But I guess.
But I feel like, and we haven't watched the recent live actions like One Piece. But I've heard a lot of people like and Yu Yu Hakusho did recently. We gotta watch that too. I've heard good things about those live actions, and I know Avatar is actually getting a live action too. They actually showed a teaser for it.
Really?
Yeah, there was a teaser picture I saw on Twitter. There have been a lot of decent live actions recently, especially in the anime. Oh my gosh, in the anime department, we always talk about how there have been bad anime adaptations. Death Note. Dragon Ball, and the first Avatar movie that they did. They're not
so bad.
They're not necessarily the best movies, but they have gotten better. And I feel like if they stay true to what My Hero is, I feel like it's a decent enough story to where you can't mess it up crazy.
I don't think the story get messed up. It's all up to the actors and how it look. The story is pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing too dynamic and too like crazy. Like I feel like they can make it work if it's just acted out well and the production is there. So we'll see. I'm not excited for it, but we're gonna watch it, of course.
Definitely.
Just to see what it's like. But we have Sky High just in case they want to change their mind. We already got something just in case. So.
Okay. But
and then after that, I'm really excited for the Hunter x Hunter game.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that was also announced. Another thing that was announced at Jump Festa, there is a new Hunter x Hunter game in the works. There have been a lot of anime fighting games. Hopefully, it's not like your generic anime fighting game. The last time I could think of there being Hunter x Hunter characters in a fighting game was Jump Force.
Jump Force was
and Jump
so
Force,
bad. Oh
yikes.
My god! But it has the idea was amazing. Like multiple anime characters from different anime boxing, amazing. But the gameplay was just, oh my god, it was just so gross. So I'm excited to see. We love Hunter x Hunter. We talk about it often. I'm excited to see a game for it, and that's not the only game that they announced, or not announced, but that just been Yeah,
it was announced at the Game Awards that they're doing a Dragon Ball game.
Yes.
A new Dragon Ball, which is also very interesting because, isn't it what is it, Budokai?
Yeah.
Yeah, Budokai 4, I believe.
Yeah.
So I enjoy those games. I remember playing 2 on the PS2. I used to play with my cousins all the time.
Did you get washed?
Yes, I used to get washed.
Imagine.
But, okay, you go flex like that. Don't worry, we gonna have our time. We got a second channel in the works. We go play all kinds of anime games.
And
we
you
go
get bodied.
Okay. But yeah, those are 2 games that are in, and I think there's a Jujutsu game coming out soon too.
I know they are. Do they already have one, or was that like
Is it out?
trailer?
I'm not sure. I feel I
or
seen
not a
gameplay
trailer,
of
but
it,
like
like a teaser or something.
yeah. I
I
forgot
did
what
see
the demo
gameplay,
or
but
something.
I'm not sure if it came out or not though.
I'm not gonna
So
lie, that one don't look good. I don't know if it's out already or this another like the second part or second game, but that one do not look good.
interesting.
That's why I was worried about the Hunter. Like I know the Dragon Ball game gonna be cool. We love the way it looked, but the Hunter game, I'm a little concerned. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know if they dropped a like trailer, but I hope it don't look like My Hero or Jujutsu. I hope they take a page out of Dragon Ball or Naruto games book, please,
But
because it has
talking about
potential.
Naruto though, was it Storm Connections? A lot of people don't like that game.
Just the new one that came out.
Yeah, I feel like a lot, or at least from what I've seen, a lot of people were saying like it's not, or they could have kept it, or they could have worked on it more because it doesn't feel finished. Like a lot of the features that they have in the game aren't there, so I don't know. What do you like? I played Naruto. I played Storm 4 like a few times, and we played Storm, the other Storms here and there, but I'm
And
not
I won
an
some.
avid. Oh brother, I'm not an avid. Like I like fighting. My favorite fighting game is Smash Bros. But I do have my fair share of fighting games that I do enjoy. So you're more of a Naruto, Dragon Ball. You play more of those games. What like if you could base the new Hunter x Hunter game on one of those games that you played, which one like would you choose? Because I feel like Storm 4. I feel like that's a really good anime fighting game. You know how they
Storm
have the
was
story, and if they could
yeah.
implement like Hunter x Hunter and have their story implemented into that could be really clean.
If I could have it be like any game, I would say the Naruto games only because I'm accustomed to them. Like I played the Dragon Ball games, yes, but I played the Naruto games just a little bit more, so I'm pretty much used to it, and I like how it is. I don't think nothing is wrong with the structure of Naruto games, especially Storm. Now you said that a lot of people didn't like the last one. I don't know if it was necessarily a DLC or a new game, but I know people feel like it was unnecessary, so I can see that. But otherwise, I don't have a problem with it. Not at all, really.
Interesting. Well, I'm just really interested to see how they approach it. Again, a Hunter x Hunter game has a lot of potential, a lot of clean characters that could be used in the game, but it's all about execution. Jump Force and was clean in nature, but it turned out to be very, 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 very not good. In our opinion. So.
Yeah, it was good in theory, but like the execution, it flopped, and I really think it's because of the gameplay. Like if the gameplay is good, then we good. But I don't know. I really hope they don't sell this because I'm excited for it. So hopefully they don't sell it.
Definitely. But there's also actually, if we're going to talk about anime that it's coming up, spring is very stacked with a lot of anime that we are interested in. Winter is not as stacked. There are some shows that we want to watch. I know Solo Leveling is coming out.
I'm excited for that. I always hear good stuff
I hear
about it.
a lot of good things about Solo Leveling. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Classroom of the Elite season 3 is coming out.
Yes.
Then
we gotta finish the second season.
Yeah, definitely. We're probably gonna finish it before we start the third one, and then Free Ren. We actually started watching Free Ren. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. We are still towards the beginning of it, but we're definitely gonna pick up and watch the rest of it before the new season comes out. Those are probably like the 3 main shows that we're interested in this winter. If there's any that you guys see coming out that we should check out, feel free to let us know. We're always open to seeing or watching new anime, and there were a lot that we saw on the list that we didn't necessarily know about or know too much about. So we'll probably watch some here and there just so that we could talk about it. Other than that,
I'm sorry, but definitely let us know what you guys are excited about. Definitely recommend the stuff, but let us know what you're looking forward to. Anything new that you've seen, anything that you were recommended to, we definitely want to know so we can talk about it.
Definitely on the podcast, definitely. But yeah, back to spring. Spring is very stacked. We have My Hero that's going to potentially drop. We have Demon Slayer that is slated to drop as well. The new season of Demon Slayer. I think it's the Hashira training arc, so I'm interested to see, the rest of the Hashira. Or all we've seen majority of them. We haven't seen like the head guy. I don't know what his name is, but the blind guy. I don't know. He is supposed to be the strongest, so I'm interested to see how he fares into the story because like we said, we pretty much seen all the Hashira. We finished up. We're caught up on Demon Slayer. I know last time we saw on the podcast we weren't caught up. We actually caught up on Demon Slayer.
How you feel about the?
I'm not trying.
No. How do you can't say we caught up on it and then
it was very, very, very interesting to say the least. I did not care for it. The Nezuko thing, very Mickey. If you want to talk about Mickey moments in anime, that's one of the Mickiest. Unless they explain it in the next season, it was very, very Mickey. I don't know how she was able to. Yeah, I don't even like thinking about the last season, especially compared to the first couple of seasons. That last season was very underwhelming to me. I'll say the least.
I agree. You want to elaborate, or you want to?
Like I said, it was very, very okay. The Hashira that they showcased, they're cool, but I feel like we've seen so many, or up to that point, we've seen cooler Hashira, like Rengoku and Tengen. If you go from Rengoku and Tengen to
no, I would say I find the guy more interesting than the girl.
Yeah, definitely.
The girl I really don't care about.
She didn't really come into play until like a few episodes before the season ended.
And then the fight wasn't even taken serious. Like, I feel like every moment with her is goofy. Like, it's not serious. Even her backstory was goofy. Like, she was just a strong child. Like, I don't know. I don't see the hype about her at all. The guy he had, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Was it Takedo or something?
Yeah, Takedo.
Something of that nature. You know, y'all can cook me in the comments and tell me his name. But his story with him being a twin and, his backstory was the typical sad Hashira backstory. So at least we had that with him. I'm not saying hers had to be sad, but it just wasn't interesting. Like, it didn't make me feel nothing for her. So I cared more about him than I did with her. But, spoiler warning, I do think he should have died. The fact that he lived just because that little bubble, that's goofy to me. Like, he was in that water for a long time. He should have drowned. But it's Demon Slayer. They've been making out a lot of things this season, and I do not like it. This season wasn't. I'll say it was the worst out of the three. Like that was the most underwhelming one.
Very trash. I'm not saying it's trash because I still enjoy Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
But like compared to the other seasons, and then the Mugen Train movie,
they wasn't cooking.
It was very underwhelming, and I think it's just the showcase of who we were who was being showcased. Zenitsu and Inosuke, they're not my favorite characters, but
not at all.
They add to the story and they make the story more interesting. They add a different dynamic. We didn't get that in the new season or the latest season, so it's like that kind of was missing for me a little bit.
Yeah,
and then the Nezuko thing, it just threw me. Like, I'm sure they'll explain it more. Yeah. And then, with Muzan, finally
step in.
Yeah, we go see him step up now. Mm-hmm. We'll see him be more involved. But I just need explanation on the Nezuko thing. Because for that to happen, and then it just, I don't know, it just threw me off for a little bit.
I did find it very goofy, and you saying Zenitsu and stuff remind me of Tanjiro. The fact that they make him out to be the Avatar all of a sudden is a little goofy to me. I understand he the main character, and
Avatar is great.
And he okay, it makes sense. It makes sense because he could use this form and this and this. So why wouldn't he be able to do that? But exactly, Zenitsu power is goofy. Like, what's the point of having Zenitsu on the team if he can just do his power? That's like if if Sasuke, even though he could do a little bit, but that's like if they had the same layout of attack. Like, that's lame. Like,
I think they might explain that a little bit more too. Maybe it was just a thing where he saw Zenitsu do it, and he was able to
tap
muster up.
in.
Yeah,
That's the case. All of them should be able to do that.
Tanjiro's the main character. So,
He the avatar. He the chosen one.
But we did, and the thing is, those effects. I heard. Well, we talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Those effects aren't even like from what I've seen. Because I saw this meme. It was like Demon Slayer if the effects wasn't there, and they just had people flying across the screen and stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. It's just interesting when he did do the Zenitsu. I actually did forget about that.
Yeah.
When he did the Zenitsu Blitz,
he wasn't cooking with that. Like they tried to make it cool. Like, oh, he can do his friend's power. I didn't like that. I like different characters and their different movesets for that reason because of the different moveset and personality.
And then I feel like I don't know if it was just me, but like the animation. Like it didn't like sure we are accustomed to clean animation in Demon Slayer, but I felt like it was kind of lacking. Like
it was ugly.
The fish head dudes.
The CGI ugly.
The CGI fish heads.
The dragon thing that was ugly. I didn't like none of that.
Demon Slayer again has clean animation.
That's what they known for.
I feel like when you look at the fight that he had with the Spider Family, Tanjiro.
Oh, that was clean.
Scene, Tengen versus that one dude.
That was clean.
Those
were
Goku. That was fire.
That was some clean fighting.
But I don't necessarily have a moment where I think, oh, that was a clean animation moment. In that new season.
I see what they were trying to do with the flower girl. I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. The Hashira girl. They was trying to do
with
stuff.
the ribbon and stuff. Yeah, it's a cool sword. Don't get me wrong. It's a
clean sword. They was trying, but they didn't hit for me this season. I don't know. This whole season ain't hit for me at all. I don't know. They missed the mark for me.
With us seeing more Hashira, hopefully that gets back to what we feel about the series. Seeing more characters, because it was really just that focus on them being there in that village and them taking out that one demon. Being more focused on the Hashira and getting to know the Hashira a little bit more.
Yes.
I feel like it could be really interesting, moving forward. So I'm really just looking forward to that. I want to see, the strong guy. I want to see what he does. I want to see how strong he is, because if he's strong, then he could be a force to be reckoned with when they have to go against Muzan.
But I was thinking because it's been like this for the past, I'll say 3 seasons or at least 2 seasons. There's always just one major fight. I really hope in the future it's more than one major fight, because even with this season, it was just that one fight like the entire time, and that can get also boring as well to me. Like, it kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z in a way, when they just drag a fight through a few episodes. They drag it through the whole arc, the whole season. So I'm gonna need them to do something, cut it up a little bit.
I feel like I'll give them leeway in terms of that, because it was a shorter season, and they did that with the movie too. And maybe I don't necessarily think they should have made that season a movie, but it was a shorter season, so I could see why. Because in the beginning it wasn't focused on the fighting; it was just Tanjiro and Nezuko at the village, and then it got into the fighting sequence and all that. I could see why they were, because that was one of I think it was the fourth, was it the fourth? I'm not sure. It was an upper ranked demon. So, them having, I just think it was a showcase. I think it was to showcase Takedo, and I forgot her name.
I don't know her name, but it definitely was. They always do that to showcase the Hashira, but I don't know. I need them. I get that it was shorter, but it's not. Don't they usually be like 12 episodes or
I feel like the first season was pretty long.
I don't feel like it was that long,
because I'm not sure. It didn't feel that short, and then it went into the Mugen train.
I feel like it wasn't even if it was long, I'd say 24 episodes, but I don't feel like it was
and then
that.
the Mugen train kind of tied into the second season. So you had the movie and then the second season tie into one pretty much. So that's probably why I felt a bit longer as well.
I don't know.
This new season, it just felt like it just happened. I don't know. It just felt like a blur.
I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. So I hope the next one we see more of the Hashira. I don't know why they training, but we see them train even though they're supposed to.
Hey man, Muzan in
He is dangerous, but like they should already know what's up. But I'm happy to see, I'm excited to see like Tengen and the guy that looked like Sasuke and everybody
I
else.
think his name was like Giyu.
Giyu,
Giyu,
something
yeah.
like that. I'm excited to see him, but
Hmm.
everybody else, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
just have to see on that. I'm not excited for it though.
Dang, that's crazy. So what else? What else we have here? We have Bleach. They also announced another season of the Thousand Year Blood War. I
Mm.
think that's what it's called. We okay. So there's two things we have to watch, and I'm sure we're about to get cooked.
Yeah, we
We
are.
definitely are going to start our One Piece journey pretty soon. Y'all are cooking us for that. We actually might make some content on One Piece. We were getting cooked. I'm telling you, we were getting cooked.
Like, just relax, y'all. We go watch it. We
we,
just haven't yet. It's okay.
we're going into the new year. Bleach and One Piece. Hey, we hear y'all. We definitely watching those two to start off. And we're gonna try to document our journey. Throughout the year, we're probably gonna when it comes to One Piece, we were talking about it. There's a lot of arcs and sagas to One Piece, so we'll probably break them up. We'll probably watch. We're more than likely gonna watch it off, and then we'll do like podcasts dedicated to certain arcs or certain sagas. So that way we could review it and we could get our first impressions of One Piece, because I have no idea what we're getting into.
We going in blind.
Pretty much. I know a lot of people say Luffy is cool and it has a lot of good story building, which I think if an anime has good story building, I'm gonna be very interested in it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I heard it has very good world building. I know about a few characters like Zoro, Luffy,
Sanji.
Sanji. Like I know of them, but I don't know what they about. So I'm excited at that aspect of just being in the loop. We out the loop. We know who
Definitely.
they are. Obviously, like people with all popular anime, like you know who they are. You just don't know what's going on. So we excited for it. We're very.
I feel like it's
excited
also
for
one of
it.
those anime where people actually look for, people's first time watching it. I feel like there's a few anime that are like that. Like, I feel like if I saw somebody making like content on their first time watching Attack on Titan, I would be, because I wish I could watch Attack on Titan for the first time again.
Yes, I love
And
Attack on Titan.
just to see other people's reactions to it and their first impressions of it, I feel like would be I feel like it would be a cool thing to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy our One Piece reactions, and we should probably get that. We probably are going to get that up pretty soon, or like towards the beginning of the new year. I'm really interested to see how One Piece turns out. I'm really excited, actually.
I'm excited.
The way y'all talk about it, this better be.
This better be better than Naruto. Oh.
Yikes!
One
yikes.
Piece fans, you know it's better than Naruto. No need to do fan wars in the comments. It's not a competition. I feel like they're both good in their own way, even though I never watched One Piece.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of One Piece, One Piece actually was announced to have a new adaptation by Wit Studio, which is very interesting because
yes,
I know is it Toei Animation?
I guess.
Yeah, they're the ones that do One Piece, the original series. So Wit Studio, I know you said Wit Studio did Attack on Titan like the first couple of seasons. Yeah. So I'm really interested now. I would have probably just we could wait for the new season to come out and just start from there. But I feel like there's something to starting the original series and getting that and watching and progressing through that.
Yeah, getting
like
the essence of
definitely.
One Piece.
And if it's a weekly episodic thing, I'm pretty sure we'll check in to see if they do anything different between the seasons and all that. But
the art and animation probably gonna be way
Way
better
different.
quality.
Way
We also thought about looking at the live action too. I don't know. Like, should we do the live action first, or should we just?
I actually heard a lot of people say we should check the live action out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe.
And I heard that the live action we heard that the live action was pretty good. So if it does a good job, just setting the base for One Piece, then I wouldn't mind watching it.
Me either.
We are more than likely going to watch it at some point. But here's another question I want to ask.
Yes.
One Piece getting an adaptation. I know a lot of people were excited, but there were some people that were upset as well, because there are some anime that haven't gotten an adaptation yet, and One Piece getting one before while it's still going on. Some people didn't like the idea of that. So I'm gonna ask you, if you could take one anime and do a new adaptation of it, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's a nice question.
Because I got one in mind. I feel like there's a lot of choices here for adaptations.
The one like a redo or just one in general? Like if it don't have,
like, it'll stay true.
Person.
I'm not sure what they're doing with One Piece. I don't know if it's staying true to the story like within the original series, or they're cutting out certain things. They might be cutting out certain things. So if you could take a series and cut out some of the things to it, add some new animation behind it, what show? I feel like I know what your answer is going to be.
Okay. Well, the first one that comes to my mind is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
Yu Yu Hakusho is definitely one of the ones where I feel like it would be nice to see a redo. Now, it's not necessary. I know a lot of people love Yu Yu because of the nostalgic about it, kind of like the old Hunter x Hunter. With Hunter x Hunter, a lot of people, including me, were able to actually watch it because it looked newer. So I'm not opposed to watching older style anime, but when something look newer, I feel like unless you specifically seek out older anime, you are more likely to watch newer anime.
Definitely.
So something like Yu Yu, I feel like a lot of people, unless they were younger or unless they actually went back to watch it, they don't know much about Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel like it gets forgotten a lot. So I feel like that would be a nice thing to actually redo and make it look nice. It got a lot of nice fights. It has a really nice tournament arc. And I feel like just new and improved, people would enjoy it a lot. It would be like Hunter x Hunter, and it's finished on top of that. So I feel like if they wanted to, they can make the ending a bit better. I didn't really like the ending of Yu Yu. I feel like it was very rushed. So I feel like they should definitely add something to it. But I feel like they have a lot of material since it's already done. Just make it look better and fix up a certain parts, and you're good. So I would say Yu Yu Hakusho for sure.
And I feel like with you talking about Hunter x Hunter, a lot of people, especially when we talked about it in the beginning of the podcast, how there are a lot of new like anime watchers, and a lot of those new anime watchers are watching the shows that are heavily animated or really nicely animated. So if you add something like Yu Yu is already a popular anime. People love Yu Yu.
People love Yu Yu.
But if you add some, like imagine Yu Yu behind Mappa or something, that would people's interest would be crazy behind that. So I definitely, and I kind of thought you were gonna say Yu Yu, which is probably why I'm kind of leaning against saying it, because I don't want to double up. But I feel like Yu Yu is probably on the top of my list if I were to do like a redo of an anime. Another anime I feel like, and I think we talked about this not too long ago, Code Geass.
Yeah.
I know Code Geass is getting a movie. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I know they're getting a movie. But we talked about like if Code Geass, if they had like more of an updated look, and it doesn't necessarily look the oldest, but if they had more of an updated look and you made the mech fights cleaner than what they were in the original series, I feel like so many more people would actually see not the potential, but
they see the vision.
Yeah, they'll see why it's such a good story.
Yes.
And when you have the story and you pair that with the animation, it just skyrockets. That's why I feel like Attack on Titan is so popular, because it has the story and then
it has
the animation,
those intriguing fights.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew you was gonna say Code Geass. That's why I didn't say it. You already know that was on my mind, but I ain't gonna say Code Geass too. But definitely, like, even though Code Geass is not like terrible, but it is older, and it we watched it again recently, and it did it's a little dated. So to see it revamped and renewed, it would be definitely would be cool to watch. I would love to watch an updated version of Code Geass. So
yeah, but if I had to, I would probably put Yu Yu over Code Geass.
Oh, definitely.
Yu Yu, I just feel like if you could update the look of it, so many I guarantee you so many people would enjoy it. Okay, I want to ask this: do you think if they got updated, more people would like Yu Yu over Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, that's a good question. And I do feel like because of the updated look, people would be more privy to watch it, even though the 90s look is great. We love 90s style anime, but we in a new day and age. Now with people like Yu Yu more than Hunter. Hmm. Anime wise or just all in general? Because anime wise, that's all I can speak on.
I'll say, okay, let's just take what we know of Yu Yu
Like,
and just
so
update it.
so what we know Yu Yu and the anime, the new version of Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter. Would people like it more? I would say yes because it's more of a not Mickey, but I just feel like it's more of a I don't know. I feel not, and I don't want to say generic either. I'm not saying you generic, but I feel like it's a good ending. First of all, even though I said I don't like the ending is not bad. It's like some good stuff. Like nobody really got hold in Yu Yu Hakusho. The tournament arc was good. The tournament. Did they have a tournament arc? They didn't really have. Well, yeah, they did have a tournament. No, not Yu Yu Hunter.
Yeah.
They did have one. I definitely feel like people would like Yu Yu better.
Yeah.
Now I don't think it would be a drastic like, oh, Yu Yu was superior. Like I feel like it would be like a close thing, but I can see people liking Yu Yu better. Now me personally, I like the characters in Yu Yu, but I like Hunter x Hunter's story more because it's so unique. I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho story. Not saying it's generic, but like I don't know. I can find that in a bunch of other anime.
Really?
Yeah, it's nothing like crazy that happened in Yu Yu to me.
Okay. So I would probably agree. I feel like both have big fan bases. I feel like Hunter x Hunter's is a little bit more because it does have more of that updated look. But if Yu Yu did, I feel like a lot of people would like Yu Yu.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be talked about a lot more than
For
it
sure.
is. Like I feel like Yu Yu is talked about with the older anime fans and people who are who watch those nostalgic shows, the Dragon Balls and stuff like that.
Or like hardcore, like a person that watched every anime. Like I watched this, So I definitely feel like it'll be one. It'll kind of remind me of My Hero in a way. Like you know how a lot of people now have watched My Hero. Not whether they liked it or not, they watched it at least once. I feel like it would be like that sort of thing. Like,
and then like with updated looks, I feel like a lot of people have Hunter x Hunter as like that baseline beginner anime. If you want to get into anime, Hunter x Hunter is a good, has good characters, story, fights.
It's interesting enough to keep you like,
but
what's going on?
I feel like Yu Yu would enter that territory of being, a good base level entry anime because it has the story, has the characters that you can enjoy.
It has your fighting.
Yeah, if the animation is upped, it has the animation behind it. So I definitely, it'll be interesting to see if it ever does get one. I don't know if it ever will.
I doubt it.
If it
never
does,
say
then
never, I guess.
when if it does happen, be sure we'll be sure to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So moving along, we have Kaiju 8. You actually have started the manga for it.
Yes, I actually like Kaiju. From what I started, I'm not gonna spoil, but I ain't read enough to spoil, but I'll just say that I can definitely see it being an anime like One Punch Man. Now, I don't really care for One Punch Man, but it reminds me of that in the case of it has its serious moments and it has its goofy moments at the same time. So I feel like a lot of people are going to find it funny, And I'm not big on funny anime, but watching the manga, I enjoyed it. I said watching the manga. Reading the manga, I enjoyed it so far. I didn't get far, so I'm going to be really excited to watch the anime and stay tuned with it. Even though it's going to be broadcasted on Twitter.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was actually going to bring that up after.
Yeah.
It's going to be put on Twitter, which is very interesting. I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, weekly on Twitter.
Now that's kind of interesting. Like, do you think more anime will do that
I
to appeal to the Western and just other countries?
I could definitely see.
Twitter big.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and that kind of plays into because like let's say you see something in Kaiju trending, that's going to pique
Oh
your interest
yeah.
into wanting to watch it, and you don't have to go far because it's on the site
It's
already.
on there. You ain't
So
even got. Dang, that's kind
that's
of
very smart. It's actually
smart.
very smart when you
Yeah.
think about it. So if I feel like if kaiju does well,
Mm.
a lot of anime will, or you'll start seeing more and more anime, come over to
Definitely follow
platforms
suit.
like
Mm.
Twitter and stuff like that.
That's actually smart marketing,
Hmm.
and it piques people's interest. Like, what Twitter?
Yeah,
I just hope it don't explode on there. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, I hope they don't crash, but I don't know. This should be really interesting, actually.
definitely. They did drop a trailer for it. The
Mm.
trailer was very interesting. I remember when we were watching it, towards the end, seeing the guy, transform into the monster thing. I was like, Chainsaw Man? It just reminded me of when, Denji, comes turns into, the chainsaw.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. I'm really interested to see how it turns out. It looks cool. It looks very interesting. So, like you said, it has its goofy moments, but I can never go wrong with a more serious tone nature anime. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think that it could do really well, and I feel like it's just going to be one of those anime that if it does have good animation, that a lot of people will talk about.
Definitely. I can definitely see a lot of people liking a few characters on there. I feel like the characters are going to be what makes it stick out the most. The characters and how the characters interact with one another.
Mm.
But the main character is interesting. I can't wait for you to see it. I think I will like it, but I have to get through the rest of the anime to see. So, yeah.
Okay. And then, last but not least, we have, speaking of Chainsaw Man, we have the Chainsaw Man movie being announced. Now, it was interesting because a lot of people were speculating that it would be a season 2 that they would drop.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be a season 2 as well, which is or it was very interesting when they announced something for Chainsaw Man and it would be a movie.
Yeah.
Now, you kind of see more anime following suit behind,
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was doing that.
My Hero
My
a
Hero
little
was
bit.
doing that.
Yeah.
You start to see more anime go with more of a, and Jujutsu Kaisen also did it with Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, which is a lot of people kind of correlate Jujutsu and Chainsaw Man in terms of like their darker tone and both of them being animated by the same studio. It's very interesting to see that they followed in that suit, but there's a lot of parallels in that. You had the first season of Jujutsu, then followed by the movie.
Yes.
So Chainsaw Man's pretty much following the same thing. I thought it would be a season 2, like I mentioned, but I'm interested to see a movie. I wonder what the movie's going to be about. I wonder what it's going to cover, especially where we left off on season 1.
Season 1 was crazy.
A lot of it moved very fast from what I remember. A lot of
back.
things were happening towards the end of season 1. So very interested to see how they pick it up in the movie. But I'm like, we go definitely see front row seats. Not the front row seats. Nobody sits in the very front row seats of the movie. But
if you do, you're kind of you're not
like
weird, but right.
But,
I know your neck be hurting, but I definitely agree that we're excited for it. But I do wonder what it's gonna even be about. And a lot of people I saw were saying that they hope it's not like, not saying that Jujutsu was a bad movie, but they say they hope it's not a complete copy and paste of the Jujutsu movie. I did see some people say that. They were saying that whatever the trailer type of animation was, or however it looked, they were saying they hope it stay like that and don't look like Jujutsu. Yeah, I seen people say that. So I do hope, I hope that as well. I don't want, it is a lot of parallels. Obviously, they're under the same company. They have the similar dark themes and whatnot, but I don't want, them to be too similar, you know. So. And
the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, I actually, wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed it.
Me too.
Getting a look at Yuta and having a different, and I wonder if they're going to go along that route. We get more of a look into other characters.
They might do that.
Because I don't know who she is, but the purple hair girl. I know you have the manga for like the cover for.
I started reading it, but I ain't finished. Okay, I was gonna say I wonder are they gonna show Aki and them more of how, but before then she came in the picture, like more of what they used to do. But then I remember the flower girl, she is in there, so they probably go into the next season. Actually,
really,
yeah, I forgot she was in the trailer, so they probably setting up the next season. Dang, I would have liked to see Aki empowering everybody before Denji stepped in the picture. Even Makima a little bit more, unless they show her throughout season 2, I guess. But I would like to see like how things were set up, because it just felt like we was thrown into Chainsaw Man. Yeah. Like I want to see more of a setup.
And then with Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, we didn't immediately after the movie and the start of season 2, we didn't immediately go into Ichidori and Megami and you know we actually went into more of Gojo's backstory, and Gato, and seeing how, you know, how things went from where they were to where it is now.
It made it make sense. Yeah, I actually liked it.
Gato in the movie and how he turned out to be the way he is. Right. I think it was really, really interesting how they did that. But I wonder if they're going to do the same thing with Chainsaw Man. Hopefully it's not, again, a complete, you know, parallel to Jujutsu, where they do, you know, they don't like start off with Denji and them.
Yeah, and like you can compare the scenes. Yeah. Like I hope it's not.
I don't think it will be exactly that, because they're two different stories.
It's two different stories, but
there could be parallels there. So definitely. I'm really interested to see how that movie turns out. Yeah. Because with Mappa, you know, that first season, that animation was crazy. So seeing that on the big screen is gonna be crazy. Jujutsu Kaisen had good animation for their movie too.
I like Jujutsu movie a lot actually. So I hope Mappa. I'm not expecting them to sell the bag, but I'm just want to make sure you don't sell the bag. Like, because I actually, Chainsaw Man is a cool new anime. I'm not the biggest on it because, like I said, sometimes I don't be knowing what's going on. But I do like to, I find it fun to watch. Same with Jujutsu. I find it fun to watch. So I just hope they make it make sense with some of the people and the, you know, the story a little bit more. But I feel like they go set it up for season 2 basically, you know. So.
Okay. But that's it for Jump Festa. If there's anything that we might have missed for Jump Festa, we try to get like the main focal points. I know there are a lot more anime that were announced and talked about during Jump Festa. So let us know down below in the comments. I'm botting out. Let us know what you guys are most excited for coming out of Jump Festa. What disappointed you? What you wish you would have heard from. I think it was really interesting to see how much information we got, and I'm really looking forward to anime next year because it looks pretty stacked. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the last time it was stacked like this was last year, actually, 2022. 2022 was very stacked in terms of anime. And then we didn't even talk about the Blue Lock movie and how that's coming out and stuff like that.
The
Haikyuu movies coming out. So next year is a pretty stacked year for anime.
I'm excited. Definitely.
But before we head out, we have two things. We have your hot take, and then we have our anime of the week. So I'm going to ask you, what is your anime of the week?
Ooh, do I have an anime of the week? Boom. You gotta put special effect right there. Anime of the week.
Remember, it's not anime of the week. It's just an anime you want to shout out. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say this week, well, I ain't really watched nothing. Let me think. Anime I want to shout out. You know what? Shout out Psycho-Pass. Psycho-Pass is a good anime that I watched a long time ago that a lot of people do not talk about. Now, granted, I did not watch season 3, so if it got worse, tell me about it. Don't spoil it, though. Just be like, season 3 ain't it. But Psycho-Pass, from what I watched, what I remember, it's a good anime. It's a darker tone. You know, I love dark anime. I love me some sad anime. And I feel like I've been I've been liking a lot of anime. I guess it started when I was younger, because I was going to say I like a lot of anime that can apply to real life. I definitely feel like it's one of those animes that make you question society in a way and how things could be applied to society. You know, I hope they never do that. That would be scary, actually, but it definitely makes you think about you know, life and society in a real life way. So I love Psycho-Pass, and they actually coming out with a movie. Oh no, they already came out with one. So I think it's on Netflix or something. I don't know, but they came out with the movie. I gotta watch season 2 and season 3 again. But shout out Psycho-Pass. That was actually one of the first animes I recommended to you. Yeah.
My anime of the week is an anime I haven't even watched yet. Shout out to One Piece. You know, I got called. I feel like I'm kind of obligated at this point, or I'm gonna get cooked even more. You know what I mean? But for real, on a more serious note, shout out to One Piece, because with how many people talk about it,
Yeah.
I'm really interested and ready to see how that anime turns out. I'm really ready to start my One Piece journey. I feel like I'll enjoy the show. Every show has their points where it's slow, or you don't necessarily, oh, what the heck is this? But I feel like overall, the characters, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, they could. I feel like there'll be characters I'll come to enjoy, and there'll be a story that I'll come to enjoy. I mean, you got 1,000 episodes to work with, so you got to hook
gotta
me.
like something.
Yeah, right, exactly. So shout out to One Piece. That's my anime of the week. Even though I haven't even watched it yet.
I mean, you would get called corny if you didn't.
Hey, it is what it is.
Oh, you're not a real anime fan if you don't know about One Piece.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I think those are some solid animes.
And last but not least, we have your hot take of the week. You gotta close us out with a good one.
Okay. This one gonna be off the dome. So I'm gonna just say my hot take of the week is I think newer anime should be longer. Now hear me out. We got clowned for saying that One Piece was too long and we haven't watched it because of that. I'm not saying it gotta be One Piece long, but I do think it should be a little longer. A lot of these animes, I like short and cute animes, but I feel like the ones that actually have a good story, I feel like they can be built up on a lot more. So I feel like newer anime should be a little bit longer than what it is now.
Okay.
I definitely feel that way.
We talked about that earlier, so I can definitely see where that sentiment comes from.
Yeah.
A lot of the popular newer anime are a bit shorter, so I could definitely agree with that. I feel like the only one that really comes to mind that is longer, maybe like Black Clover. Black Clover's pretty long. My Hero's pretty long.
I feel like a lot of times they do that because they don't know what to do and they just like cut the anime short, or they don't have good world building or whatnot. But I definitely feel like they shouldn't drag it on, but just, I don't know, make it a little longer. Make us like remember it more, because I feel like with a lot of shorter anime, you can end up forgetting about a lot of it too.
Definitely.
If it's just like one off,
Especially if it's a very fast-paced kind of thing.
Definitely.
But that's going to be it from us at the end of the podcast. We know that we said in the beginning, Christmas is next week, so this might be the last time you hear from us this year.
Yes.
We wanted to do a bigger podcast. Jump Festa had a lot of things coming out of it, so it's probably more than likely is going to be a longer podcast for y'all. So a good way to end off the year. So from us, we want to wish everybody a happy, I said happy Christmas. That sounds disgusting. Happy holidays.
Yes.
And Merry Christmas and a Merry New Year. What am I saying?
on.
I'm just messing up everything.
Yeah,
and a
you got
happy
this.
New Year. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. But a happy New Year. We'll see you guys. I know New Year's is on a Monday, so we're going to head right back into making content. We're ready to hit this upcoming year hard. I know we did, a little test run of, what the content is so far for our channels. But for this channel, you could expect the same shorts, the podcast. And on our second channel, make sure you follow and subscribe. It'll be a link in the description. Make sure you check that channel out. We're going to upload content over there as well. More lighthearted content for y'all to check out. So we're really excited. We really cannot wait. We appreciate everybody who has supported thus far. And, we go come into 2024 very strong.
Yes.
We're going to end it very strong as well. So we
And
appreciate
we're excited.
Exactly. We start in One Piece, so that should be off to a good start, right? But again, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Enjoy Christmas. Live it up with your family. If you don't celebrate Christmas, enjoy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. If you don't celebrate
your day.
Yeah, enjoy your life. For anybody that doesn't celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
And yeah, that's it from Anything Anime. We'll see you guys next year. Yeah.